Hello. Today we're going to start on the drawer assemblies that are going to slide out from the side of the cabinet here as part of the Norcold refrigerator swap out that I've done. Lots of people have shown interest in that, so we're going to go ahead and do it. I've had some architectural drafting and some mechanical drafting in my youth. And there are some ideas that make things pretty. One of those ideas is something called the golden triangle. I'm not going to get into that, except for the fact that human eyes seem to like things that are broken in threes. So this, you may remember this. Let's back up so you can see it. This is the template, the cardboard template I used to show the curvature of the back wall. And nothing's going to work better than that, than for just describing how big of drawers I can have rather than that template itself. So let's get this up here. I'm hoping we've got enough light to see it. It's really cold and dark outside, but what I've done, I have broken this space in thirds. 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. Doing that in thirds, it comes out to 9 inches. So 9 inches, 9 inches, and 9 inches. Typical cabinetry will have bigger drawers at the bottom and smaller drawers at the top. So what I've done is I've decided that I'm going to go with a 9-inch drawer here, a 9-inch drawer here, and two 4.5-inch drawers here. This 4.5-inch drawer is going to be 19 inches long. This 4.5-inch drawer is going to be 19.5 inches long. And because of the slope of the back of the slope of the front of the trailer, this drawer will be 17.5 long, and this will be 12.5 long. So each shelf will go completely to the back. Now, I am using, and I'll put a little link here. There are 3 kinds of slides, at least 3 major kinds of slides that you can use on a drawer. One is called side mount, and the other is called bottom mount. The side mount, the problem with side mount is that these drawers are not going to be very wide to start with. So if I put a 1/2 inch of slide here and a 1/2 inch slide here, a 1/2 inch of drawer space, the actual drawers will be just 1 inch wide. So side mount slides are off the table. They sell undermount slides. Well, undermount slides, they still take up some space here. They take up about 3/16 of an inch, and I don't want that. So I'm settling on the third style of slide mount, something called center mount. Are not going to be heavy, so the fact that they're rated for 20 pounds is fine. The side mount slides are good for upwards of 50 pounds, but I'm not going to put 50 pounds in any one of these drawers. So a center mount slide will be just fine here. So what we're going to do is, the first thing that needs to happen is I need to measure and divide out this this cabinet opening. And I have to create blocks that basically separate one drawer from another. Now, this block also will be the mount for the front part of the center mount slide. I have, when I did the rest of this cabinet, When I made this style, I got half of one of those boards left. So I'm going to use this board to make those styles. So we're going to put one at 4.5, one at 4.5, and another down here at 9. So we'll get a 9-inch drawer, a 9-inch drawer, and two 4.5s. So I'm going to go ahead, and the measurements are really critical here. I need to get this, the board that I'm going to cut to go between here, to be exactly accurate. We'll show you the end result. You'll understand a lot more what's going on. I will cut one of them, and since they're all the same, I'll just make duplicates. But I'm going to go ahead and measure and cut one up, and I'll show you how it fits in here and how we're going to divide these drawers out. And those dividers will also make for the mounts for the trailers, as you saw in the included link that I showed you about the center mount slides. So I'm going to get at it, and we'll see you in a bit. All right. First thing you need to do is make these stub blocks out of that scrap material, and they will fit, pretty snug fit like that. So now you can see about the shelf sizes: small, small, large, and large, broken in thirds here. This is 1/3, that's 1/3. Next thing it needs to do, so if you look, I need to notch these, right? You need to notch this across in here 3/4 inch, so that these boards will come forward. And hard to show this, right? But these boards will come forward and be flush like this is. You'll see when when I finish cutting these out. So I need to mark them, and we'll be back in a bit. Okay, so I have finished the drawer separators. I notched them in 3/4 inch deep in the width of the stile, 3/4 inch deep in the width of the stile, and so they fit in nice and snug, just like that, flush with the face. And so we've got, back up here so you can see it, 9-inch drawer, 9-inch drawer, 4.5 and 4.5. What I'm going to do now is drill, pre-drill a hole here and here, so I can drive screws in this end and this end, so that it'll support the drawer. All right, I have all of the blocks made. I have pre-drilled them, so when I put the screws in, they won't crack. And then we will just clamp them and glue them in. Yay! Start at the bottom with this guy. Just like that. We'll screw them in. Yay! There we go. We got the spacers in. 9, 9, 4.5, 4.5. That's going to look nice. Now I need to wait for the slides to come in, and I can make the boxes. Yay. Very cold morning out this morning. Starting to cut the pieces up to make the drawer boxes. My technique has been to cut the pieces generally square and about a 1/2 inch bigger than they need to be, and then take them to my table saw and make them exact. This is just an easier way to handle this material on a small table saw when it's in smaller pieces, and you can get the measurements exact that you need. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of this up. These are bottom and front and back, and these are going to be sides. Get at it. Alrighty, I've got the boxes cut to general shape, general size, I guess. This will allow me to operate on my table saw with smaller pieces. It makes things a whole lot more accurate. So these are all, the sides are much taller than they need to be, much longer than they need to be, about an inch, so that I can get them exactly the size according to the template. We'll see in a bit. Alrighty, time to shift gears. I've got refrigerator out, everything out, cushions out, everything. While I'm waiting for the slide rails to show up, I'm going to go ahead and finish the face of this. First thing you need to do is there are some holes that the refrigerator, the old Norcold, used to use. Over there. I like to use just some what's called wood plastic made by DAP. Pretty brainless. So I'm going to go ahead and fill those holes and be back. Okay. The color of plaster wood that I use by DAP is called pine. It is very close to the color here. Pretty good match. But now we're going to, for preparation for sanding, I'm going to go ahead and mask these entire surfaces all the way around floor. That'll do two things for me. It will protect the walls as I sand this face, and it'll also protect the walls when I put spar varnish on. So let's get at it. All right, we've got this completely taped off, and now I'm going to put, for a reasonable finish here, I'm going to start with some 220 grit. I'm going to just take and make sure that I want to get a lot of this old finish off so that when the new finish goes on to the bare wood, it'll more closely match all the way around. So we're just going to go at it with a small palm sander and a vacuum cleaner. Try to keep as much dust out of here as possible. And we'll just go ahead and do this. Back in a bit. Okay, let's get at it. Hearing protection, a good palm sander, and dust collection. Back in a bit. Okay, we have it all sanded down nice and smooth. Take a tack rag, wipe it down good, get all of the dust off. Use a really good brush, nice angle brush, and some spar varnish, and just paint it up. I'm going to have to hit all of the wood, the new wood that I've got, be quite a bit here, but got to get all of it. See you in a bit. Excellent, awesome. I 2 coats of spar varnish, sanding between coats, and it is, you can't tell where the new wood starts and the old wood was. I mean, it is spectacular. It matches, I mean, the same. It's not too glossy. It's not like a polyurethane or anything. Very, very nice. So we are almost dry. Next step, I'm gonna put these cabinets back in place, or the cabinet doors back in place so that they don't get damaged. And we'll wait for the slides to come in for those doors, but I think I'm going to go ahead and permanently mount the fridge and stuff. Yay. Project's coming along. Yay. While I'm waiting for the slides to come in, I went ahead and mounted the drawers, cabinet faces and everything, permanently mounted the fridge. I wanted to show you something interesting. Every manufacturer fridge has a different way of mounting these things, but here and here, here and here are these plugs. and you pull these plugs out. You run a big long screw through the side of the refrigerator into the cabinet, and then snap the caps back in. Pretty cool. But we're getting real close now. The rail should be in my hands in a couple of days. Yay. But isn't that nice? That wood matches perfectly. Dude, it looks like something that New Camp would have put in themselves. And they probably would have if they were building this particular model trailer today. Okay, let you go.